The golden sunlight spread gently over the crowded city streets like a comforting hug. Yet for the elderly gentleman who had just stepped down from the airport cab, everything still felt painfully chilly. His fingers shook a little while he straightened. His plain gray jacket, deep lines of exhaustion marked his face after the long flight. Even though the morning shone brightly, nobody appeared to see him. Or perhaps they simply looked the other way. People hurried past as though he didn't exist, an old traveler moving too slowly for their rushed lives. They had no idea that beneath his humble appearance stood a man whose fortune exceeded anyone around him, the Italian billionaire Vincenzo Molinari. Still, on this day, not one soul paused to assist him while he struggled with his suitcase and his fading strength. Before we continue, if your heart believes in the beauty of kindness and fresh beginnings, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales Stories. Your love keeps these gentle tales breathing. Vincenzo had come to the city not for meetings or pleasure, but to chase a precious memory he had lost when his beloved wife passed away 2 years earlier. Since that heartbreaking day, every color in his world had faded. His riches now felt like a burden instead of a blessing. His grand houses echoed with emptiness instead of warmth. He had started traveling alone, dressed in ordinary clothes, staying unnoticed, searching quietly for the simple joys that money could never purchase. That morning, as he walked into a busy lunchtime cafe, the familiar ache of loneliness wrapped around him once more. Inside, soft rays streamed through large windows, bathing the wooden floor in golden light. Friends laughed together, families shared tender moments. Couples smiled over coffee, but no staff member looked his way. Two servers passed by without offering a table. Another glanced at him, frowned slightly, then turned quickly, murmuring something under his breath. They saw only a weary elderly foreigner who seemed out of place. Vincenzo waited quietly near the door, trying to spot an empty seat himself, but his tired legs hurt and his voice felt too weak to call out. Just then, a kind voice floated through the noise. It belonged to a young waitress arranging dishes behind the counter. Her name was Elena, a university student working extra hours to care for her family. She noticed the uncertainty in the old man's eyes. A tender pull in her chest refused to let her look away. She walked over, her apron brushing softly against her jeans, and greeted him with the warmest smile. Then she spoke the words nobody else in the cafe expected. Buongiorno, signore. Habisogno d'aiuto. Good morning, sir. May I help you? Vincenzo froze, his eyes opened wide, the way a homesick child lights up hearing their mother tongue after months away. For the first time in so long, the tightness in his heart loosened. It had been ages since he heard Italian spoken with such genuine care. Elena led him to a cozy window table where sunlight danced gently across the cloth. She brought him cool water, patiently explained the menu, and listened with her whole heart while he mixed broken English with his native language. She never hurried him. She never judged him. She treated him like someone truly precious. As lunch continued, Vincenzo opened up little by little. He shared how deeply he missed his wife, how the world felt colder without her light, how lost he felt despite owning so much. Elena listened with quiet understanding, her eyes full of empathy instead of pity. In her gentle presence, Vincenzo rediscovered a kindness he feared the world had forgotten. When the meal ended, he reached into his coat not to show his wealth, but to offer heartfelt thanks. Elena only smiled softly and answered, "I'm just happy I could make your day brighter." As Vincenzo stepped outside, he quietly asked the manager to speak privately. In a calm, steady voice he revealed his true identity. Shock washed over the manager's face. Without a second thought, Vincenzo wrote a check generous enough to transform Elena's entire future, enough for her studies, her family's needs, and every dream she held dear. He said softly, "Always reward kindness when you meet it. It shines brighter than any jewel." If this story warmed your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your kindness helps these messages of hope travel farther. Special request: comment below, kindness still exists. If you believe one small act can truly change a life forever,